My name is Natasha Bharat, and I am part of the board and I serve as treasurer for the Prem Ubuntu Foundation. We are working in collaboration with the Prem Rawat Foundation to provide nutritious meals to kids from the Cape Flats and surrounding areas of Cape Town. The area this facility is currently in is surrounded by the Cape Flats, Guguletu, Khayelitsha, and poverty is a problem. And with poverty comes the need for food. Lots of people live literally from minute to minute wondering, how am I going to feed my kids? This provides kids with nutritious meals via the school programs, and we've seen how excited they are to receive soup and bread. And food is such a fundamental need. It nourishes not only our bodies, but we need it for our minds as well. And for me, I feel that this kitchen will provide children with what they require and give them hope that at least someone cares and is able to help them through this journey of life. We always feel so alone sometimes, and providing these meals will give them that hope that it's okay and we care. I am so excited that Prem Rawat, the founder of the Prem Rawat Foundation, will be visiting us today. He will be inaugurating the kitchen, doing a ribbon cutting ceremony, and speaking to some of the guests whom we have invited, recipients of the meals that we produce and deliver.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our kitchen space. My name is Asanda, and I work for the Prem Ubuntu Foundation under the care, obviously, of the Prem Rawat Foundation. And I work on the Food for People program, as well as the Peace Education program. And I have the honor today of taking us through today's proceedings, but the higher honor of being able to introduce everyone here to Mr. Prem Rawat. So I do want to start by saying thank you all so very much for being here. This group, if everyone will take a quick look around, this group of people right here is made up of government agencies, soup kitchens, schools, rehabs, and a few other organizations that are all working together in order to ensure that we are delivering healthy meals to kids and the vulnerable in the communities. So I do want to say thank you from our side to you, to everyone here, and all the effort you all put in towards making sure that we are helping out in the communities. And we look forward ourselves to continuing that relationship, strengthening and widening our reach together as an area. So, to give everyone a brief, today we'll have a few things happening. We'll have Brendan come up. I'll get into who Brendan is in a second. He will then be followed by Colin Barnes. Once Colin speaks, we will then have Mr. Prem Rawat come up to speak to everyone. But Brendan, in particular, has been an instrumental member in getting everything you are looking at together and ensuring that we are able to not only get into the facility, but move the process forward. Along with Brendan, we have our other board members in Natasha, Vinay, and George, who've also been instrumental in assisting, supporting this process. And then the larger organization, being the Prem Rawat Foundation, has been fantastic in guiding and counseling us on the ground to ensure that we do the best that we can to deliver out in the field. But thank you very much. On that note, I will hand over to Brendan.
Wow, quite an introduction. Firstly, I would like to thank Prem Rawat for making it possible for a new Food for People kitchen in South Africa. Obviously, there's a lot of experience from the kitchens that already exist, and I'm pretty confident in saying that for the years to come, we're going to see a massive legacy of so many hungry children being fed by efforts from many people. I'd like to acknowledge TPRF. My role has been to facilitate the purchasing of the facility and the discussions and negotiation to take over the equipment and facilities here, and representing TPRF, the Prem Rawat Foundation. It's been a busy year, and it's been a very inspiring year, and there's been an incredible effort by so many people. But I want to acknowledge Colin and Asanda and Haley and the team and the many people that have been involved in one way or another through this facility. It's amazing the prospects for more and more benefits to the community. I had the good fortune yesterday of going out with Colin, firstly to do the shopping, and secondly, to deliver food. And to say that it's humbling and inspiring is an understatement. Firstly, you see the challenges in the communities throughout the Cape Flats because of the problems with gangs and poverty and unemployment. On the other hand, I spent the day meeting beaming lights, human beings that have a commitment made to their community, and that they are partners that we can rely on as we produce and distribute from here. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge the donors to the Prem Rawat Foundation from around the world. Without their efforts providing the funding, this also wouldn't be possible. And it's amazing to be able to stand here and spend time sharing with you the response we get to people when we say that we're going to produce food and it's sustainable. They are so used to many NGOs that don't produce. And we can say with great confidence that we will, and it'll be consistent, and it will kind of grow according to the means for us to manage it well and with hygiene, safety in mind. So thank you. I would like to introduce Colin to say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you at the Prem Ubuntu Food Kitchen. My name is Colin Barnes, and I am the facility manager. And I'm very humbled and privileged to have this opportunity to stand here and thank you to Mr. Prem Rawat, the Prem Rawat Foundation, the Prem Ubuntu Board of Directors that have made this possible. For me, this is a dream. I'm still dreaming as I'm standing here. A little bit of background, I'm a gang intervention specialist in the Cape Flats, so I work with gangs, and I also work with community stakeholders. And for many years, we have tried to reduce the violence in the city of Cape Town. So anywhere where the violence is high, you will find me. There's people that know me that sits here. And then I got introduced to the peace education program. So we were just sent into the community to try and mediate violence without any training, really, and understanding what is peace. So when Ernest came here and Paul, we thought, what is this? How did we miss this peace education program? Because I'm furniture of the Cape Flats, where violence and gangs and shooting happen. I know everything, so I would have heard about peace because we're trying to make peace. And also I'm an ex-offender. I was one of the prominent gang members in Cape Town that have terrorized the city for lots of years, and I'm not here to promote, but just to give you background. And in this peace education program, we first challenged Ernest with questioning him. And then when it hit us, we fall in love with the program. All that come out of our mouth is what Mr. Premrawat says about this and that, with some of the guys that is here. But what hit me is what he also said, you can become anything you want. He said it to a gang member in somewhere. And I said, I'm going to work for this foundation. Not knowing it's going to be real, but I believed in it. And there's many, many things I have learned first about myself. And I have found inner peace because I never knew myself. I had many identities. So then from the peace education program, I met Paul, and Paul connected me to Brandon. And I thought, let I see how serious this guy is, and Ernest know. I took them into the Cape Flats, boots on the ground. And they were walking and looking, and then they talk about food for people. And they explained to me it's happening around the world. So because I'm not educated, I don't have matric or any accolades behind my name. I only have the experience of a resident in the Cape Flats and also being a perpetrator. So I listen to them and I have to double check to digest and get it, but when I get it, I start believing. And then the two of them were standing here, so I was starting to consult with people that do food, because I do gangs, violence. That is where I major in. I never see myself as a cook standing behind these big pots and making food for our community. And then they stand there, and Paul said to Brandon, we must get this place. And I think we first wanted to fund the organizations that do this thing, support them. But then things changed, and here we are, couple of months, not even in a year's time. We bought the place. I say we because I feel I'm part of TPRF and Prem Ubuntu. And we bought this place and we bought the pots, and we started immediately when we got access. And I was looking at some of the guys that was working with me in the community, the Lizos. I'm not going to, because if I look into their faces, they sit here. So they know who they are. And we started, I said, guys, low-income community where the violence is high, where we couldn't get it really right, to bring the violence down. I thought, here we have a tool, we have a good program, and we can bring food. Because I have insight in gangs. I know how we recruit. So gangs, leaders, and drug merchants, they give Easter eggs and food to our children, but it is on a price. It is to recruit them into gangs and also to take over their household. At the end of the day, parents don't have control in the house, because it starts with giving a Gatsby of a little food or a packet of chips to the child. Tomorrow, the guns and the drugs is in the house and the gang is in control. And I thought, here we have something. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but we're going to work to get meals Monday to Friday in these communities where the violence is happening and where our children are being recruited. And also, it is going to help getting our kids from the street corners during the day. So the catchment areas is schools. So we deliver at the schools, and already children is running to schools. If we come in with the soup, if we come in with the macaroni and with the soya chicken and soya mince, people is running, even in summer after the soup. It is quality, because we get up 4 o'clock in the 3:30 in the morning, and we're on the market, and we buy quality vegetables, fresh from the farm. So, yeah, I said too much, but that is what we are doing, and we're going to make a change with the support of the Premrawat Foundation, the Prem Ubuntu, Natasha, Brandon, and George. They just let it happen, right? They make the work easy for us to get in, so we can focus to deliver food in a healthy and safe way. My job is to see that the team is safe. So I'm more on the ground, cooking here early with Ailey and Nasanda, and then I'm out to the routes, establish the route, and afterwards we send the truck in with some of our volunteers and people that helps and had a passion to feed our communities. So thank you again. And again, I will say thank you, Mr. Prem Rawat. Thank you to TPRF, and thank you to our team, our directors of the Prem Ubuntu Foundation that make it possible, and that also believe the kindness you show to us, we show now the kindness to our community. And I represent the Cape Flats. I'm the face of the Cape Flats. I'm furniture. Anywhere you can ask me about this Cape Town, I go in and I love our people. And this program is a tool that we can use to reduce the violence. We can use it for social crime prevention. Sometimes there's shooting in the community, and we can do nothing but at least we come with a program, a psychosocial support, whatever the smart people or the educated people call it. But this program helps our people that is on the front line, our community ambassadors, our neighborhood watchers, and we call them in and have sessions with them. And now we have the Food for People program, and we serve our community with dignity. And we believe we're going to restore them with dignity. Sorry, Paul and Asanda for talking so long, but thanks and thank you again.
Thank you very much, Brendan. Colin, don't worry, you didn't speak too much. It was just the right amount. Thank you very much, Colin. I really appreciate those words. I think it's very meaningful for everyone in the room to hear from the two of you, to hear a bit of background. So thank you guys very much. And now we are on to the big moment. So all his life, Mr. Prem Rawat has dedicated himself towards working on fundamental human needs, in particular, water, peace, and food. And this kitchen is an extension of that work and of that dedication. So without further ado, and if you will all join me, please let us welcome Mr. Prem Rawat. Thank you very much, Mr. Rawat. Thank you so much.
Please, thank you. So, you've already heard the best, I think, what they had to say, but I'll put in my 2 cents worth. And this really comes from an experience. Looking around, everywhere I go, the issue always is, how are we going to make a difference? The world, by the way, is not doing better. It's worse. And here there's so many organizations, billions, trillions of dollars that is spent to try to make this world a better place, and it's not doing good. So, to me, one thing becomes very obvious. Something has to change. And you've all heard that it takes a village. And this village that I'm talking about is not one little village, but it's the whole world. You know, today we are here about food. But the mind needs something too. You cannot have a blank mind. And in this world, the things that are taught. Now, when I was growing up, going to school, I was taught when Babur came and invaded India. I have been around the world. I have a glider type rating. I have a helicopter type rating. I have jet type rating. I have propeller airplane type rating. Never once the issue of Babur ever came up. So garbage is poured, irrelevant garbage is poured into the brains of young ones. And nobody ever sits down and says, hey, you know, we got to give them clarity. The clarity for the mind. That's what's important. Clarity for the mind. That's the food that the mind needs, clarity. And then, for the being, the human being that we all are, we need peace. That's the food that the being needs, peace. And the heart needs the food of gratitude. When the heart is full of gratitude, it is satisfied. It is content. And then comes the stomach. And the stomach needs the food that's prepared in these drums. So food is just one little part. And yeah, we can easily feed people. And what this does, what this food does, this isn't just food. This is solution to problems. When we went to this place in Ranchi, and it's a very poor place, very, very poor. In fact, people don't recommend people go there. That's how poor it is, because you're going to get robbed, you're going to get killed, so on. So we went there, and the question was, we should do something for the community. What should we do? So the idea came up, open up a school. I said, no, we don't have expertise in school. We don't want to just open up a school. Who's going to teach? Who's going to make sure that these youngsters who come to the school are really going to benefit from it? Who's going to do that? So I said, you know what? We're not going to build a hospital because we're not doctors. We're not going to build a school. We're going to open a food for people facility. So we opened that. And at first, everybody was coming. The old were coming, the young were coming. I mean, just everybody came. And they would get one square meal, sometimes two. Mothers were coming that had little babies. And so because they had such little babies, they couldn't cook at home. So they were coming to that facility. We welcomed everybody. People came. What happened was unimaginable. All of a sudden, for the first time in the history of that whole area, kids graduated from school. For the first time, the families who would move around wherever the job was didn't have to move because their kid was getting fed. So the father would leave perhaps or something like that, but the kid would stay behind and could go to school. And it slowly started changing the equation. And guess what? What do you think happened to crime? It plummeted. Why? Because that one-time food, now people didn't have to go steal. They could save a little bit of money. So for the first time, the kids graduated, went on to colleges, and then crime went plummeting down. What do you think happened to their health? Where the life expectancy was so low, unbelievable, all of a sudden, they were healthy. They didn't have to take time from school. They didn't have to do all those things. They were good. They had a smile on their face, and the smile is just absolutely infectious. And little kids coming so that they can have a good, decent meal. We made sure that the meal that they were getting, they were used to it. It wasn't some stupid sandwich, because they don't know what a sandwich is. And it was local food, cooked with love, under hyper clean circumstances. And it changed the community. In fact, it changed the community so much. The kids grew up, and And we're actually now have very low amount of people coming there because the kids grew up and have moved and have gotten jobs and are successful. So now it is what we're going to do here is what we're going to do there is take the food to different communities. Not the case in Ghana. Same thing. When we opened the Food for People facility in Ghana, this is what started to happen. Because all these people were coming to that one particular place, vendors started showing up. And now there is a whole thriving market, believe it or not, around that place because they get people who are going to buy things from them every day. Amazing how this can work. Just one-time food. What a difference it can make. So we want to offer the community clarity for the mind, gratitude for the heart, peace for the being, and food for the stomach. This is what the Prem Rawat Foundation is all about. That's what it's supposed to be. It's doing these projects. We're not doing projects that are for namesake. We're doing projects that make a difference, that actually make a difference. And our reputation of Prem Rawat Foundation depends on that. And there are people, like you saw here, Brendan, Colin, their dedication. These are the people providing the foundation. And their dedication is remarkable, remarkable. Every little effort that they make, there's so many people who are not here in this facility right now. But they are keeping an ear open of what's happening in Cape Town. And any which way that they can help, they will. They're good people all around. And this is what the Prem Rawat Foundation has done, is brought them together, whether they're in India, whether they're in Ghana, whether they're in Nepal. And Nepal is too much. I mean, Nepal is going to bring a smile to anybody's face because they're these kids. They're the cutest little kids. And they've got their little bag in the back and they're walking to the facility. They come in and it's just like, wow, come, you're welcome. Well, there was a big earthquake in Nepal and a lot of the houses and buildings fell. The foundation's facility just had a few cracks. That was it. Because it was actually structurally sound. It was built properly. All the other places are not built properly. So we opened up the facility for the little kids to be able to come and stay. And they were in seventh heaven. They could get the food, they could stay there, and it was a great place and wonderful. And this is what we want to do. We want to make a difference for the people, for human beings. Human beings have a responsibility to help other human beings. We have donkeys that help us. They call them beasts of burden. But it is the humans that can help humans. And we need to do that. So I really hope that this facility touches the hearts and stomachs of many, many people in this community, wherever the food goes, and that it really brings them prosperity and brings them dignity. Dignity, not a handout. This is not about a handout. This is our opportunity to be able to help them. Because that's what they need. If you have to go over there on that level, you need a ladder. And there's no point in saying, no, we shouldn't have a ladder, we should try to climb. People are going to get hurt. There's nothing wrong with a ladder. Have a ladder, it's right there. Right back there is a ladder so people can go up. There's a ladder over there to go to that level. Same thing. This is all the foundation is doing. This is a ladder for them to be able to move on and not take a detour and end up in gangs. Because that's just, gangs could be good. Gangs could do a lot of good because they have the people power and they have discipline. They have two things that other people don't. They have people power and they have discipline. They just have to learn how to use it properly. And in Ecuador, where they did, the gangs turned for good. They remained as a gang, but they turned for good. And instead of killing people, instead of robbing people, they started helping each other out. And it was incredibly successful. So, am I against gangs? No, I see what they have to offer. We don't call military gang, but that's what they are. They have a discipline, and they take care of each other. And that's what a gang is, Here is the opportunity. So thank you very much for being here today. And thank you, Colin. Thank you, Brendan, for working so hard in getting this place sorted. And, of course, Paul, who was here. And so thank you again. And on all the people who worked very hard. And I hope you all get to see the nurturing that this place promises to bring. Thank you.
There's a very beautiful quote. I don't really know who came up with it, but it's touched me in a very profound way. They say, if not a flower, even a petal will do. And I would just like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the donors, whatever contribution you've made, big or small. It has made a huge impact in the lives of the people that we are providing these meals to. Your contribution provides us the opportunity to purchase fresh vegetables, equipment for our kitchen, provide support to our staff that work so relentlessly to cook these meals. So on behalf of myself, the rest of the board of directors of the Prem Ubuntu Foundation and the Prem Rawat Foundation, I extend my heartfelt gratitude.